No! God, please, no! 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 No!
What up? What up? It's your boy Blake Anthony back again with Sports Talk49ers, the Sports Talk49, the Overreaction show. I can't even speak. This Bucks lose. I ain't even gonna do the traditional, going through the box score and anything. It's just so much to talk about in that loss, a 41-31 loss. But it just seems like the loss, it just comes with so much BS with Godwin going down injured. So let's talk about this in pieces so we don't miss much. And a lot of people know me on social media to go off talking about Baker Mayfield's propensity to turn the ball over early in games. He has done it again with 5 turnovers in the second quarter. Being the Saints game and now the Ravens. Bucks having full control of the game. Ravens having no offense. Offense and defense were complementing each other and holding the Ravens down up until the ill-advised interception by Baker Mayfield, missing a wide-open Bucky Irvin standing in front of him to force the ball to the back of the end zone, which was picked off. And later, that's when the landslide started. Then you had a chance to stop the bleeding. Mike goes down. They miss a touchdown pass. Little things happen. Throws another pick, forcing the ball to Chris Godwin. And then a missed field goal. So all the miscues, all that in those points all led to points for the Ravens. And that's just something you can't do, getting their offense in rhythm, them keeping Derrick Henry running. You kind of took them out of the run aspect, forcing them to pass. And that's not really what they want to do. They're kind of built like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You want to stop the run, but they give up pass yards. Well, if you can stop people from running the ball, you tend to win with people throwing. I mean, it's a passing league. It's kind of hard to stop anybody from catching passes in this league, let alone without them getting a pass interference penalty. That's just the nature of the beast in this game. Lamar Jackson showed up. Derrick Henry came up big at the end of the game with 2 big runs. But the story of the game is Chris Godwin with a dislocated ankle. I saw that in person, him lying on the ground and his ankle laying sideways, like if you remember the program, when the linebacker Albert Mack messed his ankle up and he was laying straight and his ankle was to the side. It's exactly how it looked. But the part that trips me out is the Tampa Bay media, your Tampa Bay faithful, those guys all decide to come after Todd Bowles like he somehow put Chris Godwin in harm's way. And the fans eat up on it. And that's why they do that. Because a lot of you guys act real emotional without critically thinking. This team is decimated with injuries, first off. Decimated with injuries. Wide receiver included. Mike Evans still dealing with the same hamstring he's dealt with since his second year in the league. You got guys out, guys banged up. They really don't have that many wideouts. Raheem Garrett was out. The other wide receiver. You had guys out everywhere. And so you don't really have a whole lot of options when guys are out. You got to play the guys that you have. The Bucks, like I said, I'm trying not to skip everything. That's why I'm pausing here for a minute. With Godwin going out in a situation like that, they were getting the offense was doing their thing, moving the ball methodically, run, pass. You're having some type of success running and passing the ball. It's just the propensity to turn the ball over is what hindered this team. Then the landslide happened with the defense giving up big chunk plays with Lamar running around. You got to get faster on the defensive line. Got to get some type of edge rusher. I know you guys are in love with Jason Light, re-signing all the guys, but not exactly bringing in guys to help the defense. Not his fault that injuries happen. Bryce Hall, Jamil Dean, Now you got rookies playing out of position, playing way too early. It's not his fault for that, but at some point you got to get some type of premier edge guy because Todd Bowles is having to blitz all the time to create pressure, and then these guys are missing the sacks on these pressures. That's not on Bowles. You can blame that all I want. When you call a play and it's supposed to be executed and you sacking the quarterback and you allow the guy to get away, that's not on your coach. That's on the players not executing the play that was called. A perfect play. There were several times that Lamar should have been dead to rights. They either bid on some type of fake he did, and they allowed him to get outside and buy time. That's on the player. That's not a schematic thing. That's on the player personally. But they gave up 41 points in the game. You know my recipe, 21 and 21. Gave up 21 and you scored 21 and you lost the game. So you didn't fall under my rule of thumb, holding under and scoring over. You went both over and both and lost the game. Much like last week, but you ended up winning. The running back still right. Rashad White came back in full effect. The whole RB1 thing. He's the starting running back. He's the guy who could come in and pass block. Sean Tucker could possibly do that too. Bucky, I don't really see him being a pass blocking kind of guy. Great shifty guy. Get him in space. He's good how the Buccaneers use him. Continue to do so. Mike dropping a touchdown pass, blowing up with a hammy. And that was the same drive Baker Mayfield threw the interception on. It was just a tumbling effect of bad things. And then you come up, you're down 34-10, kick an onside kick, get the ball back, score. You have all three timeouts. Now, mind you guys were so complaining about Todd Bowles and his timeouts. He did what he's supposed to do. He had all three timeouts with an opportunity to tie the game, and that's what he planned on doing. You want to crucify him for that. You want to crucify him for that Detroit Lions game when he didn't call timeout. The game was over. The only reason you saw that time on the clock is because he already told the refs that they were declaring the game over. He wasn't going to call the timeouts. Refs asked that. If you've ever coached in any sport, they ask that. Are you going to play it? So they know how to ref it. That's why they move close like that, because they know they're not going to actually run a play, and the ref has to worry about getting ran over. You can think about conspiracy theories or not. Watch where he was all game when the game's running, and watch at that point where he's standing at that point. And obviously that's what happened. Just Jared Goff didn't take the knee, when he was supposed to, so it made it feel like they actually had a chance to get the ball back. They never had a chance to get the ball back. Never had a chance. I'm saying that all to say this. Zero chance of getting the ball back in that situation. This situation, you actually had a chance to tie the game. You actually had a chance. It was a tight, slim chance, but you had a chance. Had they not got the onside kick and scored, they probably shut it down, and you're right. They go to the bench. You scored. You got the stop with all three timeouts and got the ball back with a chance to score a field goal or a touchdown with an opportunity to onside kick and try one more. It's a chance to at least tie the game. You had no chance the other time. So you criticize him for trying to win and tie a game, because I damn sure know had he just packed it in at that point, there'd be some guy who thinks he's so smart that's on Facebook or social media. Why didn't he play it out? You try to win the game. You're supposed to try to win every second till the clock hit. What's the quote? Till the clock hits zero. Till the clock hits zero. There'll be that guy. So no matter, damned if you do, damned if you don't in the situation. You just want to be mad at the man, period. Like I said before, it's more problem with you. Now you try to keep putting up all these statistics about the Jets. Why are you still talking about his time with the Jets? Since he's been here, he's had a top 10 defense. Since he's been here, he's won two division titles as a head coach and won a playoff game as a head coach. But you say, well, his coaching record. Who cares? He's winning while he's here. Why is it a problem? So the fact that you keep going back to the Jets tells me the issue is about you. It's not about him. Moving on. Further into that, Godwin wanted to play. They all tried to. I think they said it best on there with Steve Wilkos and Roman Harper. I'm not Roman Harper. I can't think of his name right now, but I put it on my social media. They're paid to play 60 minutes. You practice all week to play 3 hours worth of game. You want to play and you don't want to give up on your players, and especially if you have a chance to tie the game, which they did. They had a chance. Like I said, if it was over, I wouldn't even be having this conversation. I would say, yeah, it was over. He should have taken him out. But you actually had a chance. They tried to win a game, tried to tie a game. Anything could have happened, as y'all say. But you're mad at him for that. There's a great quote we used to say as players: if you try to play for the fans, you'll always lose. Because no matter what you do, you're always wrong. That's why you play for your teammates. That's why you play for it. That whole city and all that crap, that's cute and all. I mean, in theory, you go out in the community, you take care of those who support you, and you support them back. I get all that. Not talking about that. I'm just talking about the criticizing type of things. When you try to play for fans, you'll always be the bad guy. Doesn't matter what decision you make, and that's a fact. You just have to have thick skin in this game. Godwin going down, tragic hit. I don't know where if they try to trade for a guy. You got decent wide receivers. You can make something work with what you got with Mike Evans still coming back. So you're not all the way dead as far as wide receivers. You can look at this a different kind of way, and I'm going to look at it. When injuries and things happen, you have an opportunity to have guys step in roles that they would not normally step in. You get to see who the new heroes are going to be, who's going to step up. You get to see that opportunity now. These guys are going to get this opportunity at the wide receiver position, especially with Mike Evans being out. Then when he comes back, guys are going to have to find new roles. Who steps into that new Godwin situation? Right now, I think it's going to be Sterling Shepard that's going to step into that role. Maybe Trey Palmer. I'd like to see Trey still go vertical and force the defense deep back because he has that kind of electrifying, game-changing speed, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers don't use it all the time. So you get to see what kind of guys get to show up in this situation. Defense, too. Cornerback. You get to see new guys come in. You get to see – I would love to see Dennis come back in this game to help in the middle of the field with the defense because KJ Brick, my God, this guy cannot cover. Great run stuffer, creates a lot of dumb penalties because he's just a downhill runner, and he says, see ball, get ball. That's literally the name of his game. And he's fine in run support, but pass, do not put him in there. Tavassie Dennis, please get back healthy. But you get to see other guys step into roles and have an opportunity to now be a hero, to now make other things happen. They get an opportunity to do things now. And for you fans, faithful as you guys watch this and you try to stay optimistic, you're 4-3. You're at the top of your tied with the top of your division. All your goals, everything you set out to be is still in front of you. Hunker down, get this win over Atlanta at home, creamsicle game, move forward and try to finagle moves if you can get opportunities to do so. I don't believe in giving up a bunch of draft collateral. The Bucs don't really have a real big pocket right now as far as a financial situation. So try to find guys that fit what you're trying to do on offense. Liam Cohen has done a great job. I think the help saving grace is having all three of those backs, getting them moving around, line them up with receivers, getting screens, get them into space. You can win with that kind of formula. You can do that. And Liam is going to have to figure out a way. Bowles is going to have to figure out a way. They're both hurting right now as far as, with injuries and stuff, especially the defense. No consistent edge rusher, no corners. I can't. Like I said, I can't this game either to try to stand up and say they did their jobs because at the end of the game they did and they gave us some big plays. But it was a total team letdown on this one, honestly, defense included. They have to do something with Baker with these interceptions. I'm not saying bench him. It's the decision-making that's killing you. The first interception, Bucky Irvin is wide open a yard from the end zone. Why don't you throw it to him? Why did you try to force that ball out there? And I'm sitting in the stands watching that next series after Mike Evans goes down. I said, Baker Mayfield, do not throw it to Godwin. They're going to bracket Godwin because Evans is out. He's already. I've shown you guys tape on this, but I'm a hater. It's personal. The proof is in the pudding. Just look and just say, okay, but you was right about that. Sometimes, yeah, I do get my little feelings sometimes, but I'll admit when I'm wrong about something too. But he has all the tools to do everything he's supposed to do, but he just makes these impulsive decisions pre-snap, post-snap. Pick the Godwin. He already determined he was throwing that out route to Godwin. It was clear as day. And threw it into triple coverage for an interception, which led to points. 5 turnovers in the second quarter, or 5 turnovers in 2 games. However you want to slice it. They can't have self-inflicted injuries playing good teams. Playing bad teams, you can't do it. You do that to the Panthers, they're going to beat you. They're going to beat you if you do that. So you got Atlanta coming in, talking shit, coming in hot, getting that big win on primetime. You get a chance to redeem yourself. This team needs this win more than anything as far as a morality and getting things moving forward in this game. I think if they lose this game in Atlanta, the fans and the media they feed off of negativity in Tampa. I don't care. I'm gonna say what it is. They love negativity. I don't see the same energy as negative. It's just in Tampa, it's bad. It's toxic. Very toxic. You got to fight each other over situations, just make outland. It's crazy. It's like what's that? Ghostbusters with the river of evil ooze. That's what it's like. It flows under Tampa Bay. But yeah, getting that win against Atlanta, I think will really help the team boost morale and try to get their minds on, okay, we got guys out. We still can do it. We can move forward. I think winning this game is very critical, much as any game. But as far as a team morality situation, I think this one's critical. I think if you had to say what's going to make or break your season, and I'm saying this early, I think winning this game is going to make a difference. I'm not saying how the rest ain't, but I think this game does, especially the turning point. You've had a fork in the road at this situation. Can you overcome this? This is why you pay quarterbacks big money. This is why you pay these guys all these money, because when shit hits the fan, this is what you get paid for. These are the moments you want. Competitor, you want to win every game. You got a chance to win, you want to win that game. You want to try to win that game as best as you could. Because when you take your stuff up, look yourself in the mirror, I put the best effort forward into trying to win that game. That's all you can ask for as a real competitor. I know the age and era has changed. Selfishness is at a all-time high. And getting paid versus the play is at it doesn't equal out, is at a all-time high. That's another conversation for the reals. But this is what you get paid the big bucks for. This is why you become a professional, because there's going to be a time you're going to have to do this. Baker Mayfield, I'm looking definitely at you as far as the offense. Kyle Trask ain't coming in, and I ain't asking for Kyle Trask. Bro, if you ain't going to do it now, you ain't never going to do it. And you got two more years on your contract. You got to knuckle down with the receivers you got. Make the best option. Make the best option with your leg. Keep the ball out of harm's way and win a couple of these games with these guys being out, and see how you got and set yourself up in a positive situation coming into the back half of the season instead of playing catch up. This game's going to make a lot. This game's going to mean a lot. It's going to be you can't have Atlanta be 2-0 over you for the division. It's going to bite you in the ass later on down to coming into playoff time. It's going to bite you in the ass if you don't get this win here and at least have a tiebreaker between the two. What do you guys think? Appreciate you guys watching. One that's as we always do. You're the man. Everything what you do with your life, what you do with it is entirely up to you. Thank you guys. God bless. And as always, fire those cans. See you next time. Watch the real reels and stay tuned. Peace.